Hi everyone, I thought it was time I did a bit of a WIP update and just showed you my rotation that I've started doing, which I'm finding is working really well for me. And they were talking about it this morning on Cross Stitch and Discuss. So I thought I'd do a little bit about rotation as well. So I have 4 WIPs and I'm lucky that I really enjoy all my different projects that I'm doing, and I've decided that I'm not going to stitch anything I don't really want to do. I just finished doing, I've got to finish as well. I don't have it here with me because, well, I did it for my mother-in-law. So I did that WIP and it was a Peter Rabbit one, and it wasn't really my thing, even though it turned out really well. Actually, I'll just find the pattern. Peter Rabbit, and I made it into a cushion, and I'll try and insert a photo of it for you. Yeah, so I mean, it's all well and good, but it's not really my thing, and it turned out really good, but it became a bit of a chore, also because it was something I really wanted to get done for her 70th birthday, which was in January. So I had a deadline, and it wasn't really a project that I would have done if I wasn't doing it for her, so I'm never going to do that again. Just not going to do it. And I've decided I hate backstitch. I just don't like it. And all of this is just the thing I don't like. I don't like backstitch where it's not directly in the hole. I don't like this stuff where you have to cut across and make, you know, especially when you're on Ada. It's just so bleh. I hate it. And all these little bits and wispy bits and bits. Bleh. Yuck. I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to do a project that does backstitching like this anymore. Just not going to happen. And I'm not going to stitch anything I don't want to do. That's it. So because I'm now stitching things that I really am enjoying, and they're all really different, I think. Well, I think that's why rotation is working for me, because I'm not having to rotate things to get things done and because I have to have it done by this date. I'm doing a rotation because I want to do all my projects and I want to give them all equal time and attention, and I'm really excited when I'm about to start a new week and a new WIP, and I'm excited for the whole week that I'm stitching because it's not very long. So anyway, that's the Peter Rabbit. I was really happy with how it turned out in the cushion. It really did finish well, and she loved it. So that's good. And yay, finish, woohoo, how exciting. So that's that, Peter Rabbit done. This is Save the Stitches, which I'm sure you all know about. It's the sale that we're doing. It's pretty fun, and I really love it. It is really fun. Now, I know I said I hate backstitch, and this is all backstitch, but it's different. I love the repetitiveness of it. I love the patterns. I love the colours. I finally worked out what to do. I had chosen some very different threads, and you may have seen what I chose or not. Anyway, they were far too subtle. My highlights were far too subtle, but now what I've chosen colours which are kind of similar to what the pattern originally asked for. It suggested metallics in copper, silver and gold, and I've gone for DMC satin in silver, a gold, and what I'm calling ruby. So still kind of keeping in the sort of, not that rubies are metallic, but you know what I'm saying. So the red ruby, the gold, and the silver with my navy blue on this mushroom Lugana even weave, which is also lovely. And it's just a real joy to stitch. And this is my first week's progress. This is my first week WIP. I did stitch the block 1 on the 1st of January when we started the sale. And then I finished off Peter Rabbit, and then after the 14th of January, once I'd done Peter Rabbit, I picked this back up and did this for a week. And I loved it. It's lovely to stitch. It really is beautiful. And I've never done anything like this. And yeah, I think everyone's pretty much enjoying this. I'm loving seeing everyone's progress and how different everyone's looks with the different colours. And yeah, for a week's work, I think that's pretty good to have almost got the first whole, 3 blocks done. And who cares how long it takes anyway? I don't care about deadlines anymore. I don't care. When it gets done, it gets done. And it's the progress and the process that I enjoy. I enjoy thinking about cross stitch. I enjoy thinking about what I'm going to do in the future and how I'm going to stitch this and that. It's all part of it, Yeah. So that's the little Save the Stitches prettiness. And it's so exciting when you get to do a new highlight colour, and can't wait to do the beading. I haven't bought the beads yet, but there's Mill Hill beads that go with these colours, so that's all good. I'll order that closer to the end. Anyway, so that's week 1. So week 2 of my rotation. Another love is my AAN ARABESCO. There it is. Alessandra Adelaide. Everyone seems to be starting to discover, if you haven't already discovered this designer. She's fabulous. She's Italian. I'm on her Facebook group as well. And she's active on the Facebook group, which is pretty fun. And the thing I love about her designs is, from what I can gather, most of them, if not all of them, are free of backstitch, which is great. And I think a lot of the patterns really allow you to play with different threads and fabrics. And that's sort of what I'm using AAN patterns for. And once I'm finished this one, I am planning to do another one. I'm hoping that I've got this one done in time that I can join in the AAN sale as well on Cross Stitch and Discuss. But I'm going to finish this first. And yeah, it's really great for experimenting and playing with new threads. What I've used here is I've used the satins, which is what I've used on over here as well. Love them. So I've got satin, this is the first time I've used it on this particular pattern. And then I've also got DMC variegated up here. So that's been really fun. And this is also the first piece I've ever done on linen. I love it all. I love all of it. It's great. So now what I'm really wanting to use is some of the more specialty threads. I've been so committed to DMC, it's time to branch out. And I'd really like to try the water lily silks, because I've seen, you see this thread around a lot of people use it and they say they love it. I know that Carolyn is using it on her Mirabilia, on the mermaid, and she's loving that thread. And I've seen so many people using it and they seem to have some beautiful variegation. And yeah, so I'd love to try that on my next AAN. I haven't chosen the pattern, but I've started putting some in a wish list on 123 Stitch. I really love the butterfly. I did see that was the first pattern I ever saw of AAN and realised it was an AAN. Someone had done that on the Facebook group. And it looked so beautiful, that pattern. So I'm really seriously considering that, but then I'm looking at other ones too. She's got some beautiful patterns. So I heard someone say this the other day. They don't pick the threads for their pattern. They pick the pattern for their threads. And I think I want to have one project in my rotation that I do that. One project that I'm picking out the threads and then finding a pattern that works for them, because there's so many beautiful threads out there to play with and to explore. And I really want to get into that, because being part of this Facebook group and now Flosstube, talk about my eyes being open to the world that is out there, what's available for cross stitches. It's just fantastic. So I want to try it all, because I've tried even weave, love it. Linen, this is Cashile linen, adore it. Love variegations, love satins. I know I'm going to love the rest of it. So this is week 2. So that's very different to my week 1. My Save the Stitches is like back stitching black work. AAN this is Arabesco, some scroll work, nice threads on linen, very cool. And then my week 3 So this is my BAP. This is my big project, and it's filled with confetti. It's very different to my other two, I think. Back stitch, fun stitch, confetti stitch. I tried parking. It did not work for me. I think what I like to do, I like to finish off sections. So this was, this was a section I worked on. I'm now working on this section here. I do sort of do it methodically. I work because I work on this way with it. So I start filling in, I do pick this colour and I fill in all that colour that's in that section. And then, and I'm finding that works really well for me. But parking, I know it works for some of you really well. I'm happy for you. I wish you all the best, but it's just not for me. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I think I made some really good progress on this on the week that I worked on it. And I think rotation is working for me for that reason. I'm finding that it's a good time for me. It's kind of like the weekly challenges that we do on the cross stitch and discuss as well. I find those are really good weekend challenges, just setting yourself a little goal. So yeah, this one's coming along. I calculated how long it'll take me, and I think it's about 3 years. If I've got 4 WIPs on a weekly rotation, it's about 3, I think it might have been about 3 years. Don't care. Doesn't matter. There's no deadline. It's the process. It is not the end result. It is the journey. So it's great. Anyway, so that's my green tree, which will look like that, and it'll be fabulous once I get all this brown out of the way, and then it's just crazy green confetti. But there's something really therapeutic about it, and I'm enjoying it. So my 4th WIP is on my stand, because that's what I'm working on this week, and this is my easy stitch. This is a vintage Pyrex pattern. Pyrex stitches. Hello. Yeah, so it's a freebie that you can download and as a PDF. Pyrex Love Cross Stitch. Just put it in Google, you'll find it. And it's going to look like that. And it's a stack of beautiful Pyrex stitches, like these. And that's how far I've got with it. I worked on this just over Christmas. We're kind of doing our own private little sale with actually on one of our Pyrex Facebook groups. Yay! Me and a girl, Deb, I showed her the pattern and she started it, and then I think Kirsty started it. I think Natalie was talking about starting it. So we've got a couple of us Pyrex girlies have started doing a little cross stitch sale. So that's pretty fun too. So it's just lots and lots of block colour, but that's a really nice change, because I go from crazy confetti BAP over here to this on week 4, and it's a really nice change, and I might get bored with this if I kept doing this all the time, because it's, big block colours, but, once I've done that, I'm back to that, something entirely different. So I'm really happy with my rotation. It's coming along really well, and try it. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Like parking. I tried it. Doesn't work. I don't do it. So, yeah. There's my little WIP rotation. Everyone's getting a turn. Everyone's getting a bit of work done on them. And that's pretty fun. The other thing I'll just talk about really quickly is I did a bit of organising in my cross-stitch cupboard, which I'll show you another day, but I'll just show you briefly some of the things that I did. I saw it on Carolyn's video, and then that directed me to go to Trisha, the Left-Handed Stitches video, about how she organised her floss. And I got really excited and I thought, I'm going to do that. So I've done my little version of it. I have ordered some index cards just to make these sit up straighter. And I got this little box just at the Redex shop. Cute. It's a bit of a long video as far as I'd go. I know it's not long comparatively to some, but for me this is a pretty long video. I've rambled a bit. So I think that's probably enough. I'll see you all on the other side. Bye.